transformation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Come, my brother, come, my sister, let us work together to build Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. Remember, this is our home, and we have a duty to enhance it, to develop it, to transform it, not just for our generation, but for the next generation and the next one to come. I want to encourage the folks on Facebook and YouTube to please share the live. I want to welcome all the folks who are here for Carnival. This week is really the peak week in the whole festive season. You're talking about pre-day, Queen Show, Soca Monarch, Groovy and Power. You're talking about Panorama. You're talking about the White Show. You're talking about the Magical Calypso. You're talking about Juve Monday. You're talking about all the Monday Night Mass, Parade of the Band, and all the different things there. Tuesday, and then they're going into Wednesday this year. There's a White Show on Wednesday. That's next Wednesday. So this week is really the peak, and a lot of people are returning. A lot of Grenadians, a lot of visitors, they are coming in. You look at the airport, man, you can kind of visualize how the whole carnival will play out. We would have a bumper carnival season and all the activities and so on. You see most of the shows, most of the events, they're either sold out or almost there. So again, I want to wish you all the best, all the folks who are coming in to enjoy Spice Mass 2026. I want to encourage you, when you are here, to take the time to register. So if you are a supporter of the NDC, if you believe in the Most Honorable Deacon Mitchell, you love what he's doing and what the government is doing, I want to encourage you to register. Register so you can vote. All you need to do is to go to the electoral office with your Grenadian birth certificate or your Grenadian passport and get registered. We know that there were a number of problems at some of the electoral offices where the system is down, and it could be very frustrating. But I want to encourage you to still return to get registered. So if you visited the office once or twice already and you were told, well, the machine is down or the system is down, please do not make that discourage you. Try again, and try again. All right? You will get registered ultimately. So please, registration is key. In other words, we want you to register, because when the election is called, then you already have that tool in your hand. In other words, you have to be registered to participate. If you are not registered, then you have no say. So get registered, and when the election is called, then you can come and you can vote. So that is important. Registration is key, and all you need is a Grenadian birth certificate or a Grenadian passport, a valid Grenadian passport. And once you're 18, once you're from any of the constituencies, and to make it even easier, you can just walk with a bill, a utility bill. You make it easy for the registration officer to prove your address, a bill, or some tax receipt, or something of that sort, to prove that's where you live, that's where you're. And it doesn't have to be on your name, right? If you're in a house, you may have the bill being on this person's name, but that's where you stay. That's maybe your mother's property or your father's property. You cannot have 20 electricity bills, for example, for one house, unless you have some guest house, right? But I'm saying again, it is important for you to get registered. Registration is key. Great things are happening. Yes, we have Carnival and a lot of events, but great things are happening. Besides that, let me share some positive news with you. We had 50 young men and women who were a part of the agribusiness entrepreneurship program, and they completed that, and a number of them got grants of up to $3,000. And they will become the next employer or employers in this country. They're in the agribusiness, meaning agriculture. That business, they're in making things, creating stuff.
50 young agribusiness entrepreneurs are now better equipped to launch and expand their businesses following the successful completion of the Youth Entrepreneurship Program. On Thursday, the Grenada Development Bank, in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth, hosted a grant and training certification presentation ceremony recognizing participants for completing technical and entrepreneurial training while also providing grant funding to support business development. Launched in November 2025, the program targeted aspiring entrepreneurs between the ages of 18 and 35 with innovative agricultural business ideas. It was designed to provide participants with the technical knowledge, practical skills, and entrepreneurial training needed to establish and grow sustainable agribusinesses.
Some may look around today and simply see this as a check or grant distribution ceremony or a certification ceremony, but I don't. When I look in this room, I see possibility, I see innovation, I see resilience, and I see future employers. I see businesses that will feed families, strengthen communities, and contribute to building a more self-sufficient Grenada. When history looks back on this generation, I don't want it to say that when the world became uncertain, we waited for someone else to solve our problems. I wanted to say that when supply chains were disrupted, when cost of living increased, when food security became one of the greatest conversations around the globe, Grenadian young people answered the call.
That was Senator Civil Francis Lewis representing the Ministry of Youth. During the ceremony, participants received the certificates recognizing the successful completion of the program. 10 participants who completed all of the required grant application requirements were also awarded grants of up to $3,000 each to help develop and strengthen their businesses. Project co-supervisor Debbie Ferre encouraged the remaining participants to complete the grant application process so they too can access the available funding and continue building their businesses.
For any business to succeed, entrepreneurs must possess the knowledge, skill, discipline, and confidence to manage and grow their enterprises. It is for this reason that the Ministry of Youth, the Grenada Development Bank, and other stakeholders have invested in developing the capacity of our young entrepreneurs. To those receiving grants today, congratulations. This grant is more than financial assistance. It is an investment in your future. Use it wisely, remain focused, and continue applying the knowledge and the skills you have gained throughout this program. To the remaining participants who have not yet completed the application process, I want to encourage you not to give up. We are appealing to you to submit the outstanding documents required for grant approval, namely your business registration, your tax identification number, that is with Inland Revenue, and your National Insurance Scheme business registration certificate.
The Youth Entrepreneurship Program reflects the continued commitment of the Grenada Development Bank and the Ministry of Youth to empowering young entrepreneurs, promoting innovation in agriculture, and strengthening the sector as a key contributor to economic growth and national food security.
Yeah, this is really good because you want as many young persons as possible to be involved in agriculture and not just the planting of and going to sell it. In other words, you need young people to be innovators, to come up with brilliant ideas on how to add value to what is being planted, to what we produce here. We can make stuff out of it and give it shelf life so that people can purchase it. It can be sold regionally and internationally, and foreign exchange can be earned. So this is a brilliant move. We have seen a push by this government to get more and more young people involved in agriculture. We have youth in agriculture. We have women in agriculture. Those two programs, they have, brought in hundreds of young people, right? And make sure that they are part of the whole agriculture drive in the country. So you have women in agriculture, where they are being equipped, given a stipend, equipped to play a part in our food security, right, agenda, where they find their way, a particular area that they may like in agriculture, then they're assisted to develop that and become something in the whole agricultural sector. And then you have youth, so youth in agriculture, that program, and women and youth in agriculture. It's an investment of a good, one is 7 point something million, one is 3 point something million. So you're talking about over $10 million investment in those two programs. And then you have the agribusiness aspect of things, where you have 50 young men and women graduating and receiving grant aid to kickstart their business, to get the thing going. So this is fantastic. This is marvelous. I love it. But good things are happening all around, not just in agriculture. If you go up to Carriacou, you would see good things are happening in Carriacou. If you go to Petit Martinique, you would see good things are happening in Petit Martinique. In fact, they have a storage bus now for fish. It's like a cold storage for fish, so it would not spoil, right? That's a promise made by the Honorable Tevin Andrews, and he never disappoints.
Mother, I don't know about you, put her outside like breeze. Boy, and me house not see me. Plus I have me vex money. I'm back in me bag on this road. Run. Cause the season open. Run. All I doing is pay, change, eat, brush my teeth.
Right, so that's the storage bus for fish. So the fisher folks, if you let me repeat that, or let me rephrase that. If you know Petit Martinique, they heavily depend on fishing. That's really what keeps them going. So having a storage bus or bus ice or a cooler, to make sure that when they return on the jetty, it can be properly transported to the facility. That is important. Keep it cool, keep it, with the right temperature in transporting it from that point to the storage facility, and then getting it to Grenada or getting it to Carriacou. So again, this is a very, very good addition in PT Martinique, and thanks to the Honorable Tevin Andrews. He's doing a fantastic job. He never stops. He's at it. All right. So it's a freezer. Well, I think it's a freezer bus truck. I don't know how you call it, but it's really a storage facility to make sure that the fish is in the right temperature, stored in the right temperature, even if you're transferring it from the jetty to that facility. All right. So this is really, really good. And I see Julie Bettel, who is from PT Martinique, saying, hey, good morning. We got our freezer truck for PT Martinique. Kudos. The fishermen are happy. God bless my MP, Honorable Tevin Andrews. And she's from PT Martinique. All right. Thumbs up. And Tevin is doing a fantastic job in Carriacou and PT Martinique. And still sticking with Tevin, the Honorable Tevin Andrews. So a good friend is saying it's a mobile freezer. So Rodrigue is saying it's a mobile freezer. That's how it's called. All right, but it's a bus, cold storage, freezer. We understand what it is. So again, thank you very much, Rodrigue. So sticking with Carriacou, the Limle farm, they completed the whole construction of farmhouses and storage and just name it for the sheep and the goats. So that farm is on the up and up. And again, millions.
Absolute honor to welcome each of you to the Limler station, livestock station, for this milestone event, the official handover ceremony of the newly constructed livestock pens under the GEF-funded Climate Resilient Agriculture Project, alongside the arrival of hybrid goats and sheep procured through the World Bank-funded Food Security Enhancement Project.
Almost 5 years ago, there was a plan to sell Limle Farm. But I'm happy that fast forward to today, we've seen the investments that we have made.
These animals consist of 100 sheep and 16 goats, all of which form part of this government's broader strategy to strengthen food security, improve livestock genetics, and build a more resilient agriculture sector.
And this project is funded by the Global Environment Facility, GEF, and it is being implemented by the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands and Forestry in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP Multi-Country Office for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean.
So I would like to emphasize the importance of farmers in this process. So farmers, you are integral. This cannot happen without you, because as technical officers, we can provide guidance, we can provide support, we can develop programs which can provide some resources and training. But ultimately, meaningful progress occurs on farmers.
Thank you for your blessing on today's proceeding and that which will take place thereafter in Jesus' name. Amen.
Right. So this is really, really good. Very, very good. And the people who don't know, after Hurricane Beryl, I mean, this place had nothing. They were pretty much flat on their face, the Limle farm area. And as the Honorable Tevin Andrews said, during the NNP time, they wanted to just sell that thing out, sell it off. But today, they are on the rebound. They're bouncing back. And if you recall, many, many years ago, when you talk about sheep, it used to be Carriacou. when you had, a lot of black belly sheep in Carriacou. Grenada used to get the meat from Carriacou when it comes to sheep. But after a while, we saw butchers going to St. Vincent to get sheep or importing the meat from other parts of the world. So again, this is a good move. You want to get the sheep business going again. So what they are doing, they try to increase the amount on the island. So this investment is significant. Goats and sheep, and they're hybrid, quality animals. And look, this is, I think it was $1 million or more investment. This is a significant investment. So I love to see that. You identify the strengths of the different islands, mainland, then you have Carriacou, you have Petit Martinique, big on fishing. Carriacou, yes, fishing, but also they're known for the black belly sheep. And it's good to see that the government is serious about investing in agriculture and making sure that Carriacou is not left out. You have the whole pineapple resuscitation drive. This is a big thing in Carriacou. We saw the amount of people who got training, the amount of plants that they were able to get from outside, high quality plants, and you could see that Carriacou is getting its fair share. Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Before, Carriacou used to be treated as stepchildren. Carriacou and Petit Martinique, stepchildren of Grenadiers. But it's no longer that way. They're getting their fair share. But still, the NNP going to tell you nothing is happening and nothing is this and nothing is that. That's how they operate. That's how they function. But at the end of the day, let us be thankful, let us be grateful that this government sees Carriacou as an equal. And they're treated that way. All right? So this is really, really good. I love to see that because during NNP time, it used to pain me that we have lands, fertile, we have a lot of waste lands in Grenada where we can actually have cows, goats, sheep, and so on being reared, right? Animal husbandry should be a big thing. But we were seeing the butchers going up to St. Vincent and the Grenadines to purchase and come down and slaughter and sell for meat that ends up on our dinner table or lunch table and so on. I'm saying the government is trying their best to make sure that we are self-sufficient to a certain amount, a certain percentage. And this is great. Really, really good. So again, kudos to the Honorable Tevin Andrews and the Honorable Lennox Andrews. There, he's the Minister of Agriculture. So a lot of good things are happening for our country. If you have not yet seen it, the road from Maurice Bishop International Airport onto Westerhall Point. They have started that process and they're well on their way with it. I had the opportunity to see it myself, and they are doing a fantastic job. I'm loving it. So the visitors who are coming here for Carnival, they are witnessing it firsthand. They're seeing that the government is at work. So that's the first parcel of road. Then you have another 4 or 5 parcels that the government will be doing. It's just road. Plenty.
But I'm happy that we're doing this road, the airport road, the Moy-Bishop Highway road. It's one that was needed long time now. And over the years, we've been seeing patching being done over and over again. But now we are doing the complete road. We are repaving the road. So the community is happy. Everyone is happy. And everyone that normally uses this road, really happy. To the business community, we know that you will be inconvenienced with the work being done on this road. And we say, just have a little patience with us, because guess what? The work that we are doing now, it will benefit you in the next 10, 15 years. And, and not just a little pavement here and there. So we know the inconvenience will come. We know it may have a little delay. This project will take you all up the way to Granans Valley, to Woodlands, to the start of the Cliff Road. And we know there are even more phases of the road to be done. And we are looking forward for everything. So we welcome it, we praise it, and guess what? The transformation is taking place, and we are moving forward.
Yes, and big up your whole self, the Honorable Andy Williams. You're doing a fantastic job in the South. So again, you are speaking to the businesses and generally the motorists and the people in the South, because of course, you have a lot of businesses in the south of the island. And if you looking at MBIA all the way up to Wester Hall, man, all types of businesses. So he's saying, have a little patience. And I know he has been visiting the businesses, right? Not just talking the talk, but walking the walk, to say to them, look, this is what we are doing. Have a little patience. There will be a little inconvenience, and the folks are working very fast. They're working very, very fast. So you expect sometime in August to have the entire thing done, from MBIA to at least the sugar mill roundabout. And then because the other phase of that project is more complex, because from the sugar mill roundabout all the way up to Wester Hall Point, they have to do a kind of complete thing, not just the milling and then the asphalt paving, but a complete thing. In some cases, they have to put sidewalks. In some cases, they have to widen. In some cases, so it will take some work. But again, I want to applaud the NDC administration. I want to applaud the Most Honorable Deacon Mitchell and his team, the Honorable Andy Williams. You all are doing a fantastic job. Kudos. Keep it up. All right? Keep it up. But folks, this morning we have to do the pledge for the program to keep the program going. What I normally do, I would send WhatsApp messages for the usual people who give to the program. All right? Some people I may even forget to send the messages to, because these days you're WhatsApp business. And if you have to send a broadcast message, you have to kind of pay and add on this and add on that. So the folks who haven't seen a WhatsApp message from me and you normally give, don't ignore us. What you can do, you can still message me and say, hey, Kim, count me in for this month. Count me in the pledge. All right? Because I know the usual amount that you give. So I would write that down. You can actually do that as I speak. But I must do the pledge program to get the required amount of money to pay the bills, to keep the program going. We do this once per month. All right? And I received messages from folks, or responses from folks who I sent the WhatsApp to. All right? I received from some of them. Some people say, yes, count me in. Some say, well, skip me this month. Some say, well, boy, involved in the Carnival thing now. I have to, So I know every year, this month is normally a very tough one. August, September. But we are still in need of $3,840. We're still in need. So some people already committed or made that pledge. So we are still in need of $3,840. So if you're listening to me, maybe you're out there in the United States, or maybe you're here in Grenada, or maybe you're in Canada, maybe you're in the United Kingdom, or maybe you're here in Carriacou and PT Martinique, and you want to give to the program to keep it going, you can do so if you want to Zelle, so maybe you're overseas and you want to Zelle the money, you can do that. You can WhatsApp me on 1473-415-4817. Well, that's my personal number. 415-4817. Or you can call or WhatsApp me on 1473-403-1019, or the number that you're seeing on the screen, 1473-538-0933. So if you want to Zelle or if you want to send via WhatsApp, MoneyGram or Western Union, you must WhatsApp me first, tell me, and then I will just send you the information. But we must do the pledge to get over this bridge or to cross this bridge. All right? The program comes to end on the 5th. On the 5th. So it's kind of scaling back on the 5th. So tomorrow, and then tomorrow's the 4th, and Wednesday's the 5th. And then we take a break. I return just after the Carnival, because we cannot afford to stay off too long. Because remember, the election might be this year. The election could be in September, it could be in October, it could be in November, it could be in December, it could be in January, February, March, it could be around there. So we have to keep the thing going. So important. So I want to encourage you, if you feel the urge to give, you can. If you cannot give, so be it. But because I don't want you to make a pledge and then you cannot fulfill it, because I would include it. Because when I reach the amount, I stop. So I want to encourage you to give to the program, to keep it on air, to keep it going. All right? So we still need $3,840. We still need that. So you can WhatsApp me, you can call me, you can reach me on all my numbers to make that pledge to keep the program going. All right? So there will be a break. I'm taking a break from the 5th. So Wednesday. All right? Wednesday, I'm taking a break from the program because it's Carnival time. But just after the Carnival, we will continue with the program because that's important. We cannot take too long a break. We have to keep it going, talking about what the government is doing, highlighting the good things that the government is doing as we move forward. So it is a pledge program now. If you want to make that pledge, you can call me on 1473. That's our code, 1473. And then the number 415-4817. All right, 415-4817. And the usual people who give to the program, if you realize I didn't send you a message, you can send me a message. All right, if you realize that I didn't send you a message, it's because you have this WhatsApp business and you have to pay for that. So I try to save, try not to, to do the broadcast message. So please, if you want to give, you can make that pledge. All right. So a good friend, well, two good friends who are accustomed to giving to the program, just made a pledge. All right. Just made a pledge. So one, $100. Well, the other good friend is a usual giver of the program. I know he normally gives $300. And there's another friend who pledged 50 US. All right. So I'll mark that down. And then another friend just pledged 50 US. All right. So if you're there and you want to pledge, you can. It will be nice and it will be appreciated. So you can Zelle, or you can send via MoneyGram or Western Union, or you can call me up and say, hey, Kim, I have a little change for you, boy. You could pick it up anywhere in Grenada, or I can tell you, well, deposit it at Co-op Bank, or deposit it at Ariza Credit Union, or drop it off at Ricky's Buying Town. I could tell you where you can do that. Okay? But we have to cross that bridge. That's important.
Now the election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget spites and grudges and concentrate. Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah, yeah. Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production.
We received so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. 5 people pledged so far, right? 5 people pledged so far. All right, let me take that call.
To build a strong and better nation, I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Cause you know as well as I do, the only way is put in more effort and less play. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production.
Another friend who pledged 100 easy. All right. So in total, I'll just tell you the total amount we have at present. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 940. So we have received a total of $940 in pledges so far. So we need $3,840. So we already have $940. So all we need is $2,900. Yes, all we need now is $2,900 in pledges.
To build a strong and better nation, I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us go hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. This also goes for every Trinbagonian who want to live in a foreign land. Now is the time to come home and do something instead of staying out there and freezing. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main point.
Yes, was just sending messages there to the people who pledge, saying thanks. So again, it is a pledge program. So if you are listening, you're following the program, and you want to give, you can. If you cannot give, don't make a pledge. All right, don't make the pledge if you can't give. So I want to encourage you, because this program is funded by people just like you. We don't do ads and that kind of stuff on the program. What we do is ask you, the viewers and the listeners, to give to the program to keep it going. So right now, we received pledges from 6 persons, and we are at $940. $940. All right? So we still need $2,900. Still need $2,900 to keep the program going, to meet the commitments, to pay the bills. All right? So if you're there and you want to give, you can. You can WhatsApp me or call me on 415-4817, 1473, 415-4817, or 403-1019, or 538-0933. So these are the numbers you can reach me at.
So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Right, so another good friend just pledged 30 US. Another good friend just pledged 30 US. Right, so it's a pledge program. I know it's August, so it's it could be very tough around this time. But if you're listening to the program and you want to pledge, you can. Again, you can send me a message on any of the numbers. You can send me a message on my personal number, 1473-415-4817, or 1473-403-1019, or the number that's scrolling under the program. So we're still not where we want to be as yet, but we are getting there. All right. So far, we have received just a little under $1,000, about $5 or $6 short of $1,000. So you can easily round it off to $1,000. All right. That's where we are at. We still need $3,840. So we are still in need of $2,840. So if you're there and you're listening to the program and you want to pledge, you can send me a message and I will respond forthwith, all right, to you, and I'll follow up. Good. So we still have about 11 minutes remaining in the program for today. And just saying again, we're going to close, right, the program for the Carnival period, as we normally do, from Wednesday. All right, so from Wednesday, we're going to close off the program and I will return just after the carnival. All right. So again, it is a pledge program. If you're there and you want to pledge, you can. Yeah, and if we not able to complete the pledge this morning, we'll just continue tonight. And if we're not able to complete it, then we'll continue the next day. Because we need to get this part of it, all right? This part of it out of the way. This pledge aspect of it out of the way first. All right?
The election back and I'll die away. In short, this is what I have to say. Let us forget fights and grudges and conflicts.
Folks, while you're here in Grenada, please don't forget to register. All right? Register. Registration is key. When you come for Carnival, try registering. Another good friend who normally just pledged 50 US. So I'll add that in. Another good friend who normally pledge to the program.
Come, let us sit and try to relate. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah, remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come, let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come, my brother, come, my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Right, so we received pledges from 3 people. So I told you about the 50 US, and then we had a good friend from Canada, 200 EC, and then a good friend from Carriacou, usual giver of the program, 150. All right, so again, it's a pledge program. If you're there and you feel the urge to give, you can. If you cannot give, don't give. Because when you give, I would include it and I'll follow up. Because when I reach the amount, I will stop. All right, so we needed $3,840. So I'll tell you where we are at momentarily.
So much of things that we need to see about. Surely I do have to spell them out. Because you know as well as I do, the only way.
Right, so we've received so far $1,470 in pledges in total. All right, $1,470. So we need because we need, let me just tell you how much we need still. So we needed 3,840, and then we got 1,047. Right, so we still need $2,370. All right, 2,370. So we still need 2,370 to complete the pledge for this month. Still need $2,370. All right. So if you're there and you want to pledge, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. If you want to Zelle, I can provide you with the Zelle number, but you must first send me a message on WhatsApp, and then I'll give you the Zelle information. If you want to send the money via MoneyGram or Western Union, same thing. Can give you the information, but you must first WhatsApp me. All right. So it's a pledge program. If we're not able to get through with it this morning, then we're going to continue. All right. So a good friend just pledged 100 EC, my usual giver of the program, just pledge 100 EC. All right. So we got that 100 EC. So step by step, we're getting there. Step by step. So if you want to pledge, you can. Again, it's a good opportunity for you to give to the program to make sure that it continues. So it's a pledge program. If you're listening, if you're viewing, we're still in need of $2,270 now. Still in need of $2,270. Great. So again, if we are not able to get you with the pledge this time, we're going to do so. We're going to continue later. So a good friend again out there in St. Kitts and Nevis just pledged $100. All right, $100, 100 EC. It's a usual friend of the program, a usual friend of the program.
Is putting more effort and less.
Right, another good friend just pledged on 50 US. Usual giver of the program, a good friend of the program, just pledged 50 US. All right. So that's right. So I got this. Nice. Good. So that was $100 and 130. Well, 50 US. Just about $132 or $34. Somewhere there. All right. Nice. Good. So that's where we are at the moment. Let me just see. Thanks. Right. Good. So that's where we're at the moment. Still, it's a pledge program. If you want to give, you can. All you need to do is to call me on 415-4817. 415-4817. That's my personal number. Or you can reach me on the number you see scrolling on the program. At this point in time, you can do that. You can reach me on that number too. Or if you know the other number, you can reach me there too. Nice. Good. So it remains the same. We still have about 2 minutes remaining in the program. I'm going to wrap it up in 2 minutes' time. But we're going to have to continue tonight doing the pledge. All right. To get to the amount required. All right. To get to the amount required. So 1, 2, 3, 30. All right. So we need $2,040. That's all we need. $2,040 to complete the pledge. To complete the pledge, we need $2,040 to complete the pledge. So, folks, I want to thank those who called and made that pledge. Again, we're still in need of $2,040. So, if during the day anyone called, anyone make a pledge, I will include it, and then tonight we're going to continue. If I get the amount required today, then I would not continue the pledge tonight. But we need to get the pledge over with. We need to cross this bridge. All right? Nice. So, folks, I want to wish you all the best. Take good care and bye.